What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. We're going to work on Isusu's car some more.
We're going to be changing the oil today and then going through making a list of other things that need to be done so I can start ordering parts and we can obviously make more videos and work on it.
So the idea is before we start building it into what he wants, we want to make the car mechanically sound. So essentially change the oil as he said and then pretty much figure out everything that's wrong with the car. Right here we got the drain plug for the oil pan, and then way back there off camera is the oil filter.
Okay, cool, that's not hot. Ooh. Talk about stressful. Ah, crap. What? Oh, there we go.
Oh, the oil doesn't look bad.
Yeah, so I guess the previous guy really did change it.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. The previous owner had said that he changed the fluids out, right? Oil transmission?
Oil transmission, and he said he did spark plugs.
He seemed like I didn't meet him, but you did, and he seemed like an honest guy, right?
Yeah, he's pretty straightforward about everything. Like, here's everything that's wrong with it. Here's everything that's done.
Look at this, though. It's still hot. It's not hot, actually.
Oh, really?
But it's just so tiny. Yeah, it's actually not hot.
Oh,
but no, the pipes and everything are just so tiny. It's kind of comical.
It's honestly great.
So when you have to get this remade, it's going to be super cheap.
Yeah, which I'm thinking they just buy like an OEM replacement, or I could just see if someone can like just remake the whole thing.
You know, maybe OE replacement would be best.
Probably because I found parts. I think it was on Yokohama Motors.
Oh yeah,
I think it was like $300 just for the whole thing for the sports muffler.
That's not bad actually.
Yeah, so I'm like,
shipping those was going to kill us.
That's fine. I can live with that.
If we order everything in bulk though,
it'd be fine.
Well, it would save us on shipping costs because to like nickel and dime order each thing like individually versus all at once.
That's true. Looks like it's just about done draining too, because it only takes 3 quarts, so it's really small.
Oh, that's not a lot.
No, it's really, so I'm gonna have that. So the next oil change, I'll still have that. So I'm gonna go buy a quart. It'd be really nice, actually.
Yeah.
Save me some money.
I like how you're trying to save money and you bought a right-hand drive car from Japan that you literally have to get everything imported for.
Yeah, but this stuff is cheap in Japan.
It's not cheap here though.
You know, it's the cool factor.
That's very fair actually. All right, we got the oil filter off, and what we found out is that the guy who did the oil change before used a way smaller oil filter than us. It's substantially different, but the forum that you were on, or the blog, the guy said he used this one, so we feel pretty confident in saying it'll fit. But just in case you're in a crunch and you need this information, so this one is part number 1358, Napa gold filter. That's the smaller one that was already on there, and then the one we got is part number 1334. So if you ever need that, hopefully it helps.
We got a bit of a problem.
So, bit of a problem. That guy has a truck, right? The blog guy, you said he has a truck and a van, right?
Yes.
So it's possible he used this for his truck because this doesn't fit. There's a sensor that goes into the engine. It looks like a knock sensor. Do these have knock sensors? To me, that's what it looked like. I'm not 100% sure though.
Maybe.
I know the 90s cars do. I just don't know if these do. Maybe what we could do is run to Napa real quick and just get a new oil filter.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
Just like 5 minutes.
Yeah, let's go do that. All right, now that we're back from the store, we got the right oil filter. I do got to say that took longer than expected. Every time we are working on this car, someone comes out and stops us. There was the salespeople, the neighbor, the other neighbor.
Yeah.
He's had people come knock on his door. So.
Yeah, that's true. I've been asleep every time, but you know.
Yeah, but still, it's this car is quite the conversation piece. Anyways, let's get the right oil filter put on.
And I think that is, if anyone knows, let us know what this is. This looks like it'd be a knock sensor to me, but I'm not entirely sure.
I mean,
oh, you know what?
What?
Oh yeah, that's a knock, and I just broke that. That's a knock sensor. At least that's what it looks like to me. I just broke that though. Sorry.
You know what? It was probably, if it was that easy to break, it probably needed to be replaced.
It is really brittle, but that's every old car.
Yeah,
okay.
that's fair.
That's probably plenty tight. It doesn't need much.
Yeah. I mean,
Now we get to fill up the oil, and we got the coolest thing ever. Boom. Let's see. That looks good to me. It might be a little bit high, but that's okay. The person who my brother got the car from actually made a Tinder for it. Check it out. Look at that. Honda Acty, right-hand drive. Cheap date. Looking for a long-term relationship, but will turn over on the first date. Yes, I'm subcompact. Come on. Zero baggage. There's a lot of baggage. This car has a lot of issues, but it's all like stuff that we can fix actually.
yeah, it's nothing major, which is nice.
Well, the rust is major, but okay, how do I put it? So the rust in the grand scheme of rust is a minor, but rust is always like a pain to fix properly. There you go. So now we'll go under the engine or under the car.
In terms of what we're gonna do to the powertrain, everything actually works pretty well, right?
As far as I'm concerned, yeah, I haven't had any major issues.
Yeah, so maybe there's nothing really to report with this stuff. It starts up every time. The carburetor might need to be rebuilt.
Yeah.
And that's just because we have to give it some gas on occasion. But other than that,
Yeah.
we have to figure out the muffler / exhaust leak.
Yeah. I'm assuming it's probably from like the further end of it.
You know, it's kind of a hard one because
You can see.
well, all the welds are kind of rusting out.
Yeah.
So that could be it. It could also be maybe at the manifold, but I think addressing the muffler issue is a good idea. So we got the shock here, and we're definitely going to be switching these out.
It more than anything, this seems like just literally an old car that needs to be brought up to spec in terms of the maintenance. Because the shocks, they definitely look like they've been on there a while, and odds are they're blown. I would bet $100. I would actually bet $1,000. I'm that confident in saying that they're probably blown. They're leaf springs, so we can probably just leave those.
Yeah, those look like they'd be fine. I mean, I've never dealt with them before, but they don't look terrible from what I could look at.
No, because I didn't see any cracks or anything on the leaf springs, so minor surface rust, but that happens to
Everything.
well, yeah, everything, but especially leaf springs and stuff like that.
There's fluid in here.
Oh, that's the brake fluid. That's who solved the mystery.
Right here is the brake fluid. It looks clear in there. How do you take this one off?
I assume you screw it.
Is it?
it's
Because
off, yeah.
I'm a genius. Oh wow.
Really clean. That must have been done recently, I want to say.
Yeah, I don't know if the camera picks it up too well. There you go. But it's actually super clear in there.
The fact that someone has shown this love, it makes it easier for us.
The springs are actually not in bad shape.
Again, the shocks themselves are probably blown. That's just literally
Just
all
for
old cars.
usage.
Well, all old cars, man. So I guess pretty much right now it's just replacing shocks on the suspension, bushings if we can find them, because those are torn. We're gonna want to do steering components, so inner outer tie rods. It's honestly really basic stuff, and the fact that this car is so easy to work on, it's gonna make our life easier.
I hope I can get it on camera, but you can actually see the engine mount is torn there.
Yeah, the engine mount there needs to be replaced. The other ones looked okay though. I didn't see any tearing. There was just it weathered, but nothing really bad. Yeah, so then I think we got a pretty good solid plan. As we mentioned before, make it mechanically sound, and then we can start doing the build. Do you want to tell them what your plan is, or do we hold off?
We can just hold off on it because I have like a couple ideas, but I'm not entirely sure.
Oh, you're not set? Okay, because if it was my car, I know what I do. But that's fair.
That's probably what I'm leaning more towards.
I will say we should touch on bodywork real quick. The bodywork, you're just gonna send that off to professional, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go one of these days when I have some more time. I'm just gonna go talk to the body shop downtown. I think it's like Main Auto Body. As far as rust goes, this right here is the biggest patch and issue of rust. And there's some spots inside that will need to be fixed. You can see where the previous owner has tried to bond up some of the spots and cut out some of the metal to prevent it from spreading. So stuff that needs to be done that'll get done. That
works.
Yeah, it works. I don't think it'll be terribly expensive.
Well, it's bodywork. Let's be honest, that shit is always super expensive. But I actually think for the end result, it's gonna be super cool.
Yeah.
Although I'm not the one putting up the money.
Well, I mean, I have money to go buy this, so I'm having money to fix it.
Okay, that's a very fair point. Just to recap for the millionth time, because I do that constantly. Suspension revamp, steering revamp, finish changing the fluids out, tires, brakes, just again, making sure it's all good, but Bodywork, and that's really it. So anyways, guys, that's the video. It's everything wrong with Jesus's K-Van. By the way, thank you to the person who corrected me on the pronunciation. It probably will be a few weeks, or probably maybe longer, maybe like a month before you guys see more videos, because we're going to be waiting on parts. So
Yeah, that's true. Because I know Yokohama Motors also has a sub company that they do keep some parts for this in the U.S.
oh, do they?
Yes. I was actually looking today at some parts, and I believe that was the site where I found at least the motor mounts. I could be wrong though.
Well, I remember seeing them when I looked too.
Yeah.
But anyways, we got parts to order. Once those parts get in, we're going to be doing some cool stuff, get it mechanically sound, and then once he decides how he wants to build the car, we're going to start going down that route. So we'll see you in the next video, and tell us what you think, man. What should we do with this car?